All right, guys, what's up? It's Dad Bod. Once again, welcome back to my Demon Souls walkthrough. In this episode, we have a lot to do. First things first, I need to pick up some spice just in case. I mentioned that the best person to buy spice from in the game is the lady in 3-1. But just in the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff from patches here. And I may or may not even need it, but just for just in case, I'm going to pick some up. So where we're headed now is World 4. And much like in the last episode, how we took World 2 to pure Black World Tendency and took care of the NPC Black Phantom in the level and the Primeval Demon, we're going to do the same thing in World 4. And that will basically close out World 4 for us. So if you remember in a previous episode, we actually killed the human form NPC of Satsuki because he attacked us. And so that took our world tendency in World 4 down from pure white back to neutral. So because of that, instead of having to die in human form 7 times to get to pure black, we only have to die in human form 4 times to get to pure black. So that's kind of a nice little benefit to that. So that's going to save us some Stones of Ephemeral Eyes, which, again, there are a limited number of pickups of these in the game. You can technically farm them in 5-2, but it is very difficult, and you know, I wouldn't recommend doing it that way. Instead, I would just recommend conserving them for when we take these worlds to pure black. This is pretty much the only purpose that I use them for in my initial playthroughs of these games, if I'm going for 100%. So this, I believe, is number 3, but just to check, I'm going to reload the area and see what our world tendency icon looks like, and see if we've reached pure black yet. I'm not quite sure. Let's see here. So let's reload the area, which will incorporate the changes based on the fact that we died in human form to our world tendency. And you'll see that we have the black, the icon looks really black, but we're not in pure black, and the way that you can tell is when you're in pure black, those little red sparkly things kind of pop up in the icon. And so one more time is going to do it for us. And then we're going to go back to the beginning of 4-1, which is where Satsuki spawns. And we're going to take care of him. Get these few souls back, I suppose. So when we warp to 4-1, that's going to incorporate the fact that we died one more time in human form. And now you're going to see those little red sparklies pop up. So one thing is with Satsuki, you're going to make sure you have the thief ring on because you don't want to aggro him and the skeleton. You're going to want to work, because there's that skeleton there too. You're going to want to walk up very slowly, wait for the skeleton to stand up so you can shoot him and bring him over to you without alerting yourself to Satsuki, because you do not want to fight both of these at the same time. Satsuki is very difficult. I think he's more difficult than Skurver. You know, and in fact, I think a lot of these Black Phantoms are harder than most of the game's bosses. I mean, these enemies are really tough. So if you find yourself struggling, don't feel bad. They are just extremely tough enemies. We hit him enough times, he is going to get the bleed damage on him, and you want to make sure, just like with Skurver, that he does not die from the bleed damage, because if he dies from the bleed damage, we do not get the benefit to our character tendency. And I should have equipped Second Chance. I should have done it. I forgot to do it, but Second Chance is going to help you because he can pretty much one-shot us with his weapon. I treat him very similar to how I treat the Red-Eyed Knight in 1-1, if you remember when we fought him in the first level. Do not attack him from the front. If you attack him from the front, you leave yourself open to his very quick and powerful attacks. You want to make sure that you're behind him when you attack. And if you're in front of him, keep your shield up. He can also heal, so keep that in mind. He can heal. And his heal is actually a full heal. So there we go. I got the kill shot on him. His heal is a full heal. So if you let him heal, he will reset the entire fight. And he's going to, like, right around 25% health is when he's going to try to get away from you and heal. In fact, I think he was trying to just then, and I didn't let him, fortunately. Let's see, and he drops the hiltless. We already actually have one of these. We picked one up in 4-2 on our way to the old hero. But yeah, you do not want to let him heal, because if he heals, it's a full heal and it resets the fight. And he can heal, actually, he can heal more than once. So it's not just like once he heals once, you know, that's it for the rest of the fight. If you let him heal again, he will heal again. And now, since we're in pure Black World Tendency, you know, we're spawning the Black Phantom versions of these skeletons. So they are, of course, more powerful than their regular counterparts. But nonetheless, you know, it's the same strat for killing them. They just have more HP and they hit harder. And they drop more souls, for that matter. So, all right, so got that one. So again, Satsuki is very difficult. It's really just a matter of getting accommodated with that strat and making sure that your shield's up if you're in front of him. You should probably, if you have it, you should equip Second Chance as for just extra precaution. Because if he hits you once, that's pretty much it. His attacks are extremely, extremely powerful. So just keep that in mind. This last one I'm just going to run by, and I'm going to take the Adjudicator shortcut. Because we are on our way to the Primeval Demon. So, again, every world has an NPC Black Phantom that if you kill it, it will increase your character tendency towards pure white. And each world has a Primeval Demon that spawn. They both spawn in pure Black World tendency. And the reason why I'm not warping, again, is because if you kill the NPC Black Phantom, that will give you a boost to your world tendency if you warp, which will despawn the Primeval Demon. Likewise, if you kill the Primeval Demon first, doesn't matter which order you do it in, but if you kill the Primeval Demon first and you warp, then that will also be a boost to your world tendency, and then the Black Phantom will despawn. So I'm actually going to try killing this guy just in case, the off chance he drops a pure Bladestone. Very rare, but he might do it. I just got Soul Remains, which is actually his most common drop. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to go ahead and cast Second Chance just in case, because you never know what can go wrong. Anything can go wrong, really. So it's always good to have it on for safety. So again, it doesn't matter if you kill the Black Phantom first or the Primeval Demon first. They both give you a boost to your world tendency. So if you warp from one to the other, you incorporate that change to your world tendency, and then you despawn the other one. So you have to make the journey on foot between the two. Your other option is if you have Stones of Ephemeral Eyes, you can just kill yourself again in human form. But as I said, there's not enough Stones of Ephemeral Eyes in the game for you to be able to do that without farming them. And again, farming them is a huge pain, so I don't recommend doing it. So your best bet is to make the journey on foot. So the Primeval Demon is on this cliffside behind the this black skeleton. I'm going to put my Soul Remains on if I can find them. Where are they? Where are the Soul Remains? Because I want to distract. There they are. Because they'll distract this black skeleton and let me run by him. So throw. Get right by him. And then he'll forget about us. So here is the Primeval Demon. And I don't need this lizard because I already have my Falchion maxed out. I'm going to throw on the Providential Ring to increase the likelihood of the Colorless Demon Soul drop. And again, the Colorless Demon Soul is a very common drop anyway. It's not a guaranteed drop, but it is very common. So just to give me an even better shot of getting the drop, I'm equipping the Providential Ring just in case. But you don't need to. It's not a requirement by any means. So we have 20,000 souls here. I'm actually going to warp back to the Nexus and level up before we head out to the next level. And where we're going next is 1-3. So we're going to take out that whole level. And it is a fairly long level as well. So let's see here. We have strength, dexterity. So I'm going to take my endurance up because this will, you know, I'm pretty much going to be leveling vitality and endurance for the most part through the rest of this playthrough. Endurance, especially since it'll increase my equipment burden. And there's going to be some other stuff that we're going to be equipping later on in the game that's a little bit heavier than what we have on now. So that extra endurance is going to help us in that regard. So let's go to the inner ward 1-3. We'll have ourselves a good time here. So I'm going to go on and throw on Second Chance. And I'm going to take off the soul remains. And now that we've killed an archdemon, which we've killed 2 of them so far, the Dragon God and the Storm King, we can get past this fog wall here and get into 1-3. So in this first area, there's 2 dogs. They're going to attack you. Just keep your shield up and let them attack you first, and then they'll bounce off your shield, and then you can get them in 1 or 2 hits probably. So, oh, there we go. There's other dogs in these little carriages, but they cannot bust out, so don't worry about them. And there's a door back there in that little alleyway, but you can't. It's locked, and we're gonna get the key in just a little bit, so don't worry about that quite yet. This item up here is actually a Dregling shield. One of the worst shields in the game, so I'm not even going to worry about picking it up. If you are curious, feel free to do it, but I just don't even feel like wasting my time in my inventory sending it back to storage, really. So up here, triggers a cutscene. And that gate is locked. I mean, there's a crystal lizard right over here. There's going to be guys that bust through those that debris right there. So if you want to get the crystal lizard, you're going to want to sneak over first. And again, having the thief ring on helps with that, because I think if I didn't have the thief ring on, they would have busted right on through. But these are a bunch of guys with axes, and they throw fire bombs as well. Now they're all right next to each other, so I can. That made it easy for me, actually. There's another one down here. This guy's got a sword. I think there's another one behind him with a halberd. Yeah, there's the one with the halberd. There's a couple guys over here with crossbows, by the way, so just watch out for them. First things, you can go down the stairs. I'm actually going to drop down here to get this item first. And then you can drop down here. And then basically at this point, it meets up with where those stairs would have taken us. Right in this little corridor, there's an assassin enemy. They are tough. They have very quick attacks, and they hit pretty hard. And they usually try to sneak up on you. If you don't let them sneak up on you, then you can have the edge. Really what this is it's the stairway that leads back up to where we just were. So we're not really concerned with that. That just takes us back to where we were. I'm going to go down this hallway first, pick up this item, climb the ladder, and then there's another item up here. Going to get that. And here's one of the crossbow guys. So I'm going to roll off 6 times a New Moon Grass. And the New Moon Grass, again, is a full heal. So we're getting the good stuff. And then before we proceed, I'm going to drop down, and there's another item this way. The Blue-Eyed Knight Gauntlets. So I'm going to need to do a little bit of inventory cleanup here, just to lighten my load. Need to send all this to storage. And then this Talisman of Beasts. So it requires 18 faith and 18 magic to use. What it does is it actually functions as a catalyst and a talisman. So you can cast both magic and miracles from it. So if you have the stats to use it, it's actually pretty handy because of that functionality that it has. If you do not have the stats to use it, you can still technically use it. You're just going to take a penalty to your magic damage, essentially. Or you're going to take a penalty to the potency of your miracles. So that actually comes in handy if there's a spell that we haven't got yet called Dark Weapon. And Dark Weapon gives you like a 50% damage boost to your weapon. The catch is that if you have it on, it drains your HP at like 1% per second or something like that. And so it very strongly buffs your weapon, but then it drains your HP. However, if you cast it with the what would be called, they call it the broken talisman of beast, which is basically you equip the talisman of beast, but you don't technically have the stats to use it. There's another assassin that pops up behind you right here, by the way, and this is just another Dregling shield, so I'm not going to get it because I don't really want the Dregling shield. And I'm going to snipe some of these guys over here while I'm at it. So it's what's called broken talisman of beasts, and you can still cast stuff with it. But if you cast dark weapon with it, the effect of your buff on your weapon still takes effect. However, the HP drain is much slower. So if you're planning on using dark weapon and really nothing other than dark weapon, using the broken talisman of beasts actually can be of benefit to you. Otherwise, if you don't have the stats, it's best just to use a regular catalyst and regular talisman. And you know, in this playthrough, I'm not going to plan on giving myself that much magic and faith to use it. So if you lure over here, you can lure this red-eyed knight out. And it's funny, you'll notice we're not going to fight this one directly, but you'll notice I kind of like to troll this one a little bit. But there's a few more in this level, and you'll notice how much easier they are to kill. They're actually, I mean, they're still a threat, of course. But see, if you lure him over here, he just walks into the fire and kills himself. It's kind of funny. You'll notice they're still a threat, but I mean, compared to how hard the 1 in 1-1 was at the beginning of the game, it's astounding. It's astounding how much easier they are. Now that we're in the late game and we have, you know, our fully buffed weapons and, you know, increased stats and whatnot. So there's a couple of guys over here. Oh, throwing a firebomb at me. Last mistake he'll make. And there's a couple items up here, and there's actually the Dregling Merchant. So the same one that we saw in 1-1 and 1-2. So make sure they don't hit him. Don't hit him and don't kill him. Because that will impact your character tendency in a negative way. So he's got this, you know, some stuff for sale. Nothing that I'm particularly interested in. Then up here, we have the Great Sword, and we're being sniped by an archer. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to take cover and send the Great Sword back to storage. And then let's see where those archers are. Yeah, they're up here. So I'm going to go ahead and take them out with my bow. There we go. Alrighty then. So let's hop on down and carry on with the level. Behind this fog gate is another red-eyed knight, and this one we're going to fight straight up. This one has a claymore. He hits really hard. So don't take him lightly. I'm going to lure him out here. I don't want to fight him in this corridor because it's hard to like maneuver around him. So I'm going to get him out here more in the open. I'm going to bait his attack, roll right past him, and then get him from behind. And you'll see I killed him in like 3 hits. Now he can kill us in 1 or 2 hits too, but compare that to the beginning of the game when, you know, that red-eyed knight was an extraordinarily tough enemy to fight. So we've come a long way. So through here, we're on the other side now, and we were looking over from there. So just mind, there might be a few enemies around here still. There is one of these assassin guys. And then there's going to be some other folks that we already sniped. You do want to kill this fat official. He's going to drop a key that we need. I was not paying attention and I fell prey. He took my second chance, actually. I was not being very careful fighting him. So he drops the iron key ring. That is very important. We're going to need that in just a bit. It's going to unlock a door kind of back towards the beginning of the level. So actually, technically, it's the end of 1-2 that it unlocks. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and recast Second Chance. I was very sloppy with that fat official fight. And so just want to be mindful of that. We're going to need to get some stuff. There's a lot of enemies up here, but fortunately, you know, they're not ganging up on me, so they're easy to fight 1v1. Down this ladder, there's another pickup. Storied Hero Soul. I think you can vault over this railing, yeah. Okay, so we're going to go back up, and there's some stuff over here where those archers were earlier. And this is the beginning of the level. Remember, that's the gate that closed. And then that's, you know, where we first started. So it looks like this assassin, a couple, or not, they weren't assassins. They were the soldiers. A couple pickups, both soldiers' lotuses. And another one coming to say hello. And we are here to say goodbye. And another ninja assassin guy. I think there's a item back here. So our inventory is full of late moon grass. And lots of new moon grass too. So I'm going to send this to storage. I don't need the late moon grass if I have full moon grass. I'm going to send all that to storage too. And we'll probably use the full moon grass against the boss. So another trap, another fiery boulder. Just get out of the way. And then we're going to fight this guy with the halberd. Pretty easy. So head on around here. There's another red-eyed knight waiting for us eventually. Where is he? There he is. The same strat as with the other ones. This is another one with a claymore. But roll through his... Oh, he actually hit me. But... He might take my second chance. Because he hits ridiculously hard. All right, there we go. Roll through his attack, get behind him, and then that's the way to get him. Did it right the second time. Now there are a bunch of guys over here with crossbows. Oops, took the shot on the third one. But they are all dead meat. And so over this railing, I think it's this railing. Yes, there's an item right there. That puts us on the wrong side of the gate, because when we get to this side of the gate, we're going to be able to unlock it. And so that's going to be our shortcut. So I don't want to drop down now, because then that means we're going to have to go back through the whole level again to get back here. So we're going to come back there later and get that item down there. So around this corner, we have full moon grass. We are just loaded to the gills with grass. So this right here, this platform is where the Primeval Demon spawns in World 1. Get this item. We could drop down, but we're going to come back in a bit. Going to vault over this railing here, get this item. So much late grass and full grass. Whoops, I was too far away to attack him. Go. More grass. Don't think there's anything back here. So what we're going to do now is take care of this fat official. So I'm going to sneak up on him and get a backstab. And then that's the lever to open up the gate, and that unlocks the shortcut as well. Oh, I did not get my backstab. And so now Ostrava's coming up, and he needs help yet again. So we need to open the gate to help our friend Ostrava, because we do not want him to die. All right, come on through to safety. There's a couple of red-eyed knights that are after him. So we're going to have to fight these red-eyed knights. Take the hit here with my shield, and then take them out. Come on. And so we are strong enough to take 2 of these on at the same time. Whereas before, you remember how hard these things were. So, all right, we rescued him.
You saved my life. This is the third. Now I must go.
So he gives us a pure clear stone for saving his life yet again. So there are advantages to following these quest lines through. So we got another stone of ephemeral eyes. And so he's just going to kind of walk around if he can get himself unstuck there. So we're going to go back. Now that we unlocked that shortcut, we are going to... oh, come on. We are going to get this item that we left behind earlier. Now that we can drop down to it and the shortcut's open, so we can, we don't have to, you know, go through the whole level all over again. Gonna vault over the wall here. And this is the penetrating sword. So, another big sword. Send it to storage. Let's see. So we have the official's cap. So what we're going to do now is if you remember, we got that key. So I'm going to vault over this ledge here. We got that key. So we're going to head back and use it now that we have the shortcut unlocked. So we'll be able to get back there very quickly. So the door that it unlocks is this way. And it is, so this is where we fought the Tower Knight. The door is in that little enclave over there where the blue-eyed knights are. And we're going to rescue Bjor, who's another NPC. So this key that we got from the Fat Official unlocks this door. We can go on down here. And there's going to be another Fat Official lurking in the shadows. All right, took care of him. And he drops the Bloody Iron Key, which we're also going to need to rescue another NPC. So we can open up these cells. There's some items in here. And this one has Bjor. So now we have rescued Bjor. And we're going to run into him in just a bit. But for now, he's going to take a nap. But you can blame him. Always a good time for a nap. I got a Renowned Hero's Soul. And then before we go back up, we can actually go down here. There's going to be a Crystal Lizard. So I'm going to send my stones here and this late moon grass to storage. And there's an item up here that we can get now. It's too heavy. It is actually the Tower Shield. So it's the Tower Knight Shield that you can pick up there. And we have lots of souls. So I'm going to head back to the Nexus to pick up a level. And also, we actually need to pick up some items from Stockpile Thomas while we're there. And it's going to, those items that we're going to pick up are going to help us rescue the next NPC that we need to rescue. Oops. Use this here Archstone, get back to the Nexus, and take care of some business real quick. And then we'll reload the level. So, what we need to get, well, here's the Maiden. And again, I will level up my endurance to take my equipment burden up and my stamina. So what we need from Stockpile Thomas is we need all of the Fat Official's armor, the Official's clothing. So we have the Official's the tunic or whatever it was called. We have the gloves, the leggings, and we already had the hat in our inventory because the Fat Official in 1-3 dropped it for us. So we have the whole set. If you look in our inventory, cap, clothes, gloves, leggings. So we actually need these to rescue the next NPC, and you'll see why. It'll make sense in just a minute. I know it sounds weird, but it's what we got to do. So if you've been killing all of the fat officials along the way, you should have the full set, because I'm not sure if the allocation of which piece of the set is on a specific is on the same fat official each playthrough. I'm not sure if it's gonna be on the same ones each time. But if you kill all of them, regardless, you're gonna get the whole set. So regardless of how the game allocates them, if you kill all of them, you're going to get the whole set. Because, each for whichever one has each piece, it's gonna be a guaranteed drop. So there's an item back here. And actually, little thing, there's a illusory wall and a door. This is actually exclusive to the remake. That door is not in the original PS3 game. There's a bunch of things you can do in fractured mode, which is the kind of mirror image version of the game that you can unlock with the statue in the Nexus. And in fractured mode, there are these hidden coins, and if you get enough of those coins, you can trade them with Sparkly the Crow, and then Sparkly the Crow gives you a key. That key unlocks that door. And behind the door is what's known as the Penetrator armor. Penetrator is the next boss that we're about to fight, so it's his armor set. So it is a lot of work to get that thing, though, so more power to you if you go for it. So this tower that we can now get to, because we got the keys that are required, houses Yuria the Witch. And she is another person who will come back to our Nexus. And she has spells to teach us from boss souls. So very nifty. And again, if you're going for platinum, you're going to need those spells. It's got the Ring of the Accursed and the Ring of Magical Nature. So the Ring of Magical Nature increases your magic memory capacity, and then the Ring of the Accursed makes enemies aggro to you faster. So it's kind of the opposite of the Thief's Ring. So you'll notice there's a fat official up there. You can hardly see him, and then there's a staircase that will drop down. The staircase only drops down if you are donning the full ministers or full officials set. So put on his clothes, his hat, his leggings, his gloves. We look like an official now. You run up here, they'll drop the stairway for you. And then he's like friendly to you now because we're wearing his stuff. However, I'm not friendly towards him, so I'm going to kill him. Because we are going to take these clothes off to talk to Yuria the Witch. And so we, as a result of doing that, got a trophy. And we also now need to take these clothes off, because if you have them on, Yuria will not talk to you. She will talk to you, but she will not do what she needs to do. You won't get the right dialogue, and then I'm pretty sure she will not be back at the Nexus. So here she is. You can talk to her.
With a little rest.
And so now that we've rescued her,
You go on ahead.
she's going to be back at the Nexus. And she has some very powerful spells. In fact, I was talking about Dark, I think Dark Weapon is what it's called earlier, and she is the one who teaches it to you. So now we need to go back through the level here. Fortunately, since we have unlocked this shortcut, it is not that far of a journey. And actually, because we rescued Bjor, Bjor helps us with the next boss. And this is another one of those boss fights that gives you a special trophy if you kill the boss in a certain way. And actually, we're going to be getting that trophy because the trophy triggers if you kill the boss with Bjor helping you. So since we rescued Bjor, he's going to be helping us in this fight. And so we are going to get that trophy. I need to put Second Chance on just in case. You never know what can happen. What misfortune could come upon you at a given point in time. So these guys, there's a lot of folks here. So I'm gonna use range to my advantage here. And he just healed himself. All right. Poor fellas. You see these three red-eyed knights. I'm going to take them down one at a time. There we go. So Fat Official's going to run away from us again. Come back here. Almost got his health almost have it all the way down just from arrows. So very easy to kill now. All right, a one-shot backstab. Not bad. So I'm going to get all the loot, and then this other one I'm just going to run up to because he's by himself now. All right. Lots of loot, though. Lots and lots of loot. Let's see, send some of this grass to storage. All right. Last one. Okay. So we are at the boss. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on the good stuff just in case I get hit. And I got second chance on, so we're good there. And just through this fog gate is the Penetrator. So we're going to take him on. All right. Got a little cutscene here. So Bjor takes most of the aggro from the boss. So the Penetrator seems to be more concerned with Bjor than he is with us. And Bjor does a hefty amount of damage too. Whoops, I accidentally hit him, but he's not going to kill us right away, though. Or he's not going to... He'll still be friendly even though we hit him a time or two. So, let him take most of the damage. Take most of the heat. The Penetrator does this stab attack where he'll like stab him and lift him up in the air. And it's actually really easy to punish that attack. There it is. Oh, he missed it though. Oh, the Bjor got the kill shot. Good for him. And so we got the Brother in Arms trophy as well as the Penetrator trophy. So even though we hit him a couple times, he's still friendly to us, it looks like.
Go on ahead.
All right, good deal. So let us claim our reward, and we'll go back to the Nexus and level up. Let's see, I'll take this, and I'll go ahead and take my endurance to 25. That should be good for now.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Art thou finished?
And let's go have a chat. So Bjor's in the Nexus with us now. Let's go have a chat with Yuria the Witch. She is over here.
Hello, but why not try the magic?
And she's like, my magic's too powerful. It's dark. Are you sure you want this? Yes, I do. So we can get Firestorm from the Dragon Demon Soul. I want Firestorm. It takes 3 memory slots to equip, which is why I got 3 memory slots. So I'm going to have a chat here with this guy.
It's better than having you.
I'm going to take off. Oops, I wanted to attune. Here we go. I'm going to take off Soul Ray and Water Veil, and I'm going to put on Firestorm. It takes 100 MP to use, but it is very powerful, and I'm going to be using it on a boss coming up. And at this point in the game, I definitely favor my my bow and arrow over the soul arrows at this point in time. So Firestorm's gonna be on or be equipped. So before we go anywhere else, I'm going to Suicide. And so you notice with Bjor's help, the Penetrator is not that difficult of a boss. Obviously, he's a lot more difficult if you're fighting him by yourself. But if you rescue Bjor, he's going to be helping you. And again, if you want that trophy, the Brother in Arms trophy, that's going to require Bjor's assistance. And so that knocks another one of the trophies out for us. So we're back in soul form. I'm actually going to pick up some arrows because the next place we're going is going to require lots and lots of arrows. So I'm actually probably going to max myself out on them if I have enough souls, which I'm almost certain I will. All right, kill the Phantom. If nothing else, just because he's going to give us a bunch of souls that we can use to buy more arrows if we need them. All right. So let's see here. Just going to go with the regular arrows. And I can get 365, so I'm going to take 365. And I mean, that maxes out my item burden, but we're going to be using a lot of arrows coming up. So I suggest you load up as well. All right, so heading back to the Nexus. And actually, that's going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to be heading to 1-4. And we're going to do some things there that are important to us. And that's what we're going to pick up next time. So thank you so much for watching. Join the squad by subscribing to the channel. Leave a like and a comment. Really appreciate all of you guys who have been watching my videos. I've really enjoyed this process of recording and interacting with you guys in the comments and all that. So thank you all so much. Take care. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next one.